Hi, thanks for joining me today. Today we're going to be talking about direct and abstract association as it relates to Yoga Nidra. In Yoga Nidra, we move through the Panchamaya Kosha system to create a space for deep relaxation. During this process, we move through Annamaya, Pranamaya, and Manamaya to arrive in Vijnanamaya, where states of meditation are achieved. When we work through the Panchamaya Kosha system in this way, the result is a deep, relaxed state of being where the chitta vritti drops off and we can be fully present with Sat Chit Ananda, pure, universal, conscious bliss. Our polarity to different experiences is what keeps us in that thinking mind that is filled with chitta vritti. When we can teach students to drop out of the thinking mind and into the sensational body, we can help them achieve states of meditation and calm, which help to promote homeostasis in the entire system. When we use visualization cues in Yoga Nidra, we are working with a technique called Pratipaksha Bhavana, or the comparison of opposites. Sometimes in Yoga Nidra, you will see that a cue is used that's relatively benign. Perhaps we ask students to visualize a red rose, or perhaps we visualize a sunset. We might even visualize a sea or a beach. But sometimes we ask our students to visualize things that are a little bit more polarizing. These instances attempt to neutralize the polarity between our perception of negativity and our perception of positivity. Visualization works on the unconscious mind. And typically, when we ask our students to visualize something, one of two things happens. Either our students visualize what we are telling them to visualize through the lens of the visualization. So in this instance, it would be a direct association to a particular experience. For example, if I ask a student to visualize a kitten and they visualize a random kitten playing, then we have achieved direct association. If I ask the student to visualize a kitten and they think of a kitten that they had when they were a child, associated maybe to a traumatic experience or an upset, this is abstract association. Direct association and abstract association are the two ways that we associate with different visualization cues on an unconscious level. We either directly associate with the cue as it is, or we associate with the cue as it relates to ourselves. When we ask practitioners to visualize a cue and they visualize it as it relates to their present moment, this is direct association. When we ask a student to visualize a cue and they visualize something as it relates to their past lived experience, this is abstract association. It's important to understand how and why abstract association works. Abstract association takes us back to a previous experience where we have a polarized view of the experience as a whole. Either we really enjoyed it or we didn't enjoy it at all. When we look at visualization through the lens of direct or abstract association, we can begin to understand where our students' material might lie. And we can point them in the direction of svadhyaya, or work that they might need to do to help to reduce or neutralize their polarized perception of the event that occurred, or the cue that we are asking them to visualize. Over time, this is a very effective method of helping the student to integrate their experience. When our students directly associate with a particular cue, we can safely say that they don't have a lot of deep unconscious material around it. It's more benign and less activating to them. Direct and abstract association are important things to take into consideration when our students say they have been activated by a yoga nidra practice. Investigate why they were activated, what came up for them, and use that as a way to guide them through svadhyaya. Svadhyaya, or self-study, is always a process of inquiry, and it helps us to understand why we do what we do and why we think what we think. When we neutralize the polarity, it doesn't mean that we make the experience that happened in the past right or good, but it helps us to integrate the experience so that we don't recall it every time we're asked to revisit something that happened to be an aspect of that experience in the present moment. I hope you found this lecture on direct and abstract association helpful. Essentially, when we associate directly with a cue, we are associating with it in the present moment as it arises in our present experience. When we associate with a cue in an abstract way, we are going back into our thinking mind and drawing from our experience and our perception of that experience. This indicates that there is unresolved material around that experience. And from here, students can use that information to help inform their own self-study.